Real. Y'all know what time it is. I'm finna keep it real. This that YouTube channel, some folks can't really handle. They say I'm arrogant, so please don't watch me then. I'm for them real fans that understand me, man. My fans for realness. I ain't gotta be a big platform. They love the way I rock for them, cause I'm the millionaire. They love the millionaire, 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 cause I'm the millionaire. They love the millionaire. Erica Demons, y'all know, y'all have good intentions, but y'all need to keep it real with her. All the way real. And my loyalty to these YouTube streets is to my fans, my loyal fans, Talita, Moji, Sandra McD, Glenn the Real Deal, Miss Linda, Tanya M, Heaven Bound, Sherry. It's my list go on. Your girl Mrs. Trice, Chloe. I got fans, but these is the ones that constantly talks to me and try to keep me leveled. Heaven Bound. My loyalty lies with them and my true supporters. The ones that keep it real with me. The ones that ain't no, yes sir, J. Michael, you right, J. Michael, we believe everything you say, J. Michael. No, them and my true supporters, them is people that have value about themselves and have dignity about themselves. Come on. Because they know the millionaire ain't always right. I'm still human like y'all. I can give my opinion and don't be right. That's just life. Everything y'all say ain't right. Just because y'all holler, that don't make y'all right. Just because y'all overtalk somebody don't make y'all right. Y'all gotta stop seeing things one way. Y'all gotta stop it. Y'all gotta stop entertaining the BS, and if y'all gonna be real, be real. Don't just look at this as entertainment. Come on. Y'all was dogging the hell out of me before I got on that live. Come on, I'm not stupid. But I still went on there thinking y'all was gonna be respectful ladies, like those three I mentioned. But y'all don't see nothing but red. Look at AB. She couldn't even give a validation or valid reason why she was angry at me. Her reason was, I seen you texting somebody else and messaging other people, but you didn't get back to me. So I was like, F it. So that was the reason to snap and just start going, F J Michael this, J Michael that. He got a little thing, this and that. So that was the valid reason to go berserk. But in her book and in her eyes, yes, it's valid. But in all actuality and reality, it was no reason to get mad because a person ain't messaged you right back. So if that person was messaging people, that means that person was getting a lot of messages and ain't got to yours. You got my private number. A few people out there got my private number. So you knew I was going to get back to you. That wasn't no reason to go belligerent But in your book, it was. So, hey, you can't make a person look at something the way you look at it. But I feel that wasn't a valid reason. Because it wasn't. You know it wasn't. I didn't say nothing disrespectful to you. I didn't go crazy on you. I didn't do nothing for you to say, F that man. All because of a message. Even when I called you out your name, I apologized. Because I was wrong. I shouldn't have never called you out your name. Because you're still young. And you always want to say, everybody want to use my age against me. Ain't nobody using your age against you. But you are still a young woman, a young lady compared to us. That's all we're saying. And as for the other lady was on there, F this, F that, that person don't see nothing. Nothing at all. If it ain't Team Erica. A lot of fans out there that's Team Erica don't see nothing but Team Erica. And that young lady ain't gonna never learn who she is as a woman, as a mother, until people start being real and quit, until people stop catering to her, until people stop babying her. When they know beyond a reasonable doubt she's wrong. Why did her first husband wait till she was gone and leave? Huh? These are the questions y'all have to ask. It's a pattern. Why do Mr. Cryer get on here, bash her, call her everything but her name? And then recant his story. Them be his real feelings. It ain't no, I was angry, so you know how people get when they be in a relationship. Rewrite. We know how people get when they're in relationships. When they angry, that's their true feelings. You brought it to the internet. If you wasn't angry, and if it was just woo-woo, you would have kept it off the internet and you and her would have communicated off the internet. But no, you brought it to the internet because you knew it was going to get views and you knew it was going to put dollars in your bank account. You're not stupid, Mr. Cryer. Everything is about money with you. Everything is about money with Erica. And again, I meant what I said about Mucker and LaToya. If Mucker, you got this powerful real estate company, bruh, you don't need to be on this internet airing out your dirty laundry. I told y'all over and over and over and over and over again on videos, even on private conversation. Stay out of this mess. I don't care how mad they make y'all. Y'all stay out of it. Y'all have something going on, or at least trying to get something going on. So why keep bull crapping and throwing shots and sending stuff to people? Stop it. Y'all doing the same thing they doing, sitting in the bushes, passing on the information, trying to keep y'all nose clean. Y'all no different or no better than what they doing. That's why y'all are the four horsemen. Come on. You know you a good father. Everybody see how you was with baby Dion. Baby D, Erica know you was a good father to baby Dion. It wasn't just for the YouTube. It wasn't just for people views. It wasn't for that. When you didn't have him, when Erica didn't have him, your mama had him. And that's another thing. Why is y'all women on here disrespecting people mamas? These mamas ain't got nothing to do with what their kids do. Them grown kids. So why would y'all disrespect people parents? Huh? Calling mamas, people mamas resting in peace and y'all disrespecting. Telling about people mamas look like men. Bashing Mrs. Mucker, Mama Mucker. Why? Y'all supposed to be women with morals about themselves. They're supposed to be women that's for women, but y'all disrespecting elders, parents. So how can y'all say we for the women? Y'all ain't for nobody but Erica. That's all y'all for. These people y'all talking about, mothers don't have nothing to do with that. That's very, very disrespectful. But yet y'all be ready to go to war when somebody disrespect Erica. But y'all disrespecting people mamas. Where do that make sense at? Help me understand that, Erica Demons. Help me understand that. Huh? Y'all wouldn't want nobody disrespecting y'all mom at all. Y'all wouldn't want nobody disrespecting somebody in your family if they not in this fight. But according to y'all, shoot, whoever affiliated with them is in this war. That's ignorant as hell. That's ignorant as hell. And one thing Erica should say, don't put Mama Mucker in this. But she don't care because she disrespecting her too. Because she feel Mama Mucker don't like her. At the end of the day, that is her son. And Mama Mucker know what she was doing for baby Dion. Mama Mucker know how she was there for baby Dion. And that was a whole nother man's child. But she was treating that child like her grandchild. Then you turn around and do this to her son? Well, y'all did it to each other. Not just you. Y'all did it to each other. But so you want to get mad and disrespect that woman? That's not good. So by her disrespecting her, that gave y'all the okay to disrespect her? Erica should have said at the end of the day, Mama Mucker don't have nothing to do with what Mucker's doing. Leave her out of it. But she's not doing that because she's in the same boat with y'all. So to her, we good. We gonna keep throwing them darts and them arrows and hitting them with them swords. And y'all think all that is okay. I told y'all it was a reason why I got in that live. And now I'm giving it to y'all. I wasn't finna get on here. I apologize for what I did. Yeah, I'm sorry to everybody that was involved. The hell I am. The hell I am. I just wanted to prove a point again. All bets and gloves are off, bruh. I really do want to box you in the ring or do a UFC fight with you. I really do now. I really, really do. I know people saying fighting ain't gonna solve nothing, but it will relieve some tension and some frustration. Because what's sad about this whole situation, man, is that you know better than these Erica Demons, Mucker, me. You know better than anybody that's all in this circle how Erica is. How Erica starts stuff. How Erica plays the victim. You done said that to me too many times. So why would you condone what she's doing? I understand that's your woman. I understand you love her. But you still need to let her know she's wrong. You know how many times Mama Selena ain't talked to me? Sometimes she'll go 3-4 days without saying one word to me. Because of the stuff I do on the internet. For the ones that wanna, she letting you do that about crying. No, she don't. Again, I don't put everything on the internet. But Mama Selena really be mad. And don't talk to me for days. You see, I told you I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 the billionaire's way. You need to put that girl in her place, man. What are you scared of? And these dumb Erica ain't dumb demons out there sit there and watch you dog Erica. Dogged her. Now y'all back together. Then you dog her. Now y'all back together. Then you dog her. Now y'all back together. But they don't have nothing to say about that. But Mucker is everything. The only thing I would agree with them on is when it comes to that baby. I stand on that. I stand on that with everything I love. I stand on that. You don't let nobody stop you from that baby. Nobody. I don't care if you is scared or cry. You don't let nothing come between you and that child. That's the only thing I agree with them Erica demons about. But them three ladies again that I mentioned, they was cool. They was level-headed. Even though they team Erica, they still was level-headed. You know. And for Big Bad Wolf, I don't have nothing against you at all. Since you want to say I was a liar, liar, liar. But everybody's seen that message you put on there going off on me because I used your profile pic in my shout-out song. So if you went off on me and I put you in the shout-out song, and that ain't nothing disrespectful about that, and you go off on me, why would I want to have a conversation with you? Be honest with yourself. Don't get on here and go on Wicked Angel, whatever, and start to, oh, F that, woo, woo, Don't do that. Be honest with yourself. If the tables was turned and you know you was doing something that you thought you was doing something that was helping people or give people a knowledge or giving people a shout out, you felt in your heart you was doing something right, but then that I come on there and go off on you, would you want to talk to me? No, you wouldn't. Because if you went off on me for something that petty and didn't know me and I'm just giving everybody shout out, and that was, I think, was my 7 or 8 shout out song, so you know how I do my shout outs. You know I put people profile pictures in there or their page picture in there. You know that. So why would you get mad? And I was on my 7 or 8th YouTube shout out song. So why would you snap on a person like that? So why would I want to talk to a person that snapped on me for no reason? Be honest, please be honest with yourself. Because you know I wasn't lying. You know that wasn't right. You consider yourself an OG. Right? You consider yourself an OG. So be real, OG. Was that right what you did by going off on me by using your profile pic, and you know how I do my shout out songs? That's why I didn't want to conversate with you. Because you went off on me for nothing. And then look how you was when they did bring you in the live for that short period of time. Look how you was going off. Erica, you don't be doing this about Erica. Who want to talk to somebody like that when you ain't even trying to listen or trying to listen to reason? All you see is red when it comes to Erica. Because why? You hurt. You bitter. You angry. Something had to happen to you, or if you got daughters, something had to happen to your daughter or your mom. Something happened to where you got Erica back to the end because of what you think people was doing to her. So you think like, I ain't letting that, I got her back. You can't feel like that. I mean, you can, but you still got to look at the logic and balance it out. You just can't be Team Erica and see red. You have to be that OG and kick real knowledge to that young lady. You have to. Whatever happened to you in your past, or whatever happened to one of your family members or a friend, and it's bothering you and you angry about that, you bitter about that, You can't let that pass. You can't let that cloud your judgment. You can't let that cloud your judgment. You can't. Because you ain't gonna never really give good advice when you letting certain things cloud your judgment and you not looking at the logic and what's really going on. Because you pick and chose your side, and that's the side you're gonna ride to the end. Sometimes the people you choose ain't always right. So you have to be real with them people. Just because you on their team, they should value your opinion. Even if they wrong, they need to be like, hey, I was wrong. You're right. And they need to respect that. So they saying, oh, get out my team. You ain't with me. F you. They don't need to be like that. Then that ain't a true friend. That's why I didn't want to talk to you. And as for Wicked, y'all say Wicked changed. Where? Wicked feel she can say, do, try to bully whoever she want to bully, and it's supposed to be okay. But then as soon as somebody say something to her or she feel they threaten her, oh, they threaten me, I'm going to call the police. But you can say and do what you want to do. You consider yourself an OG. You consider yourself a person from the streets. Be honest with yourself. Is that right what you doing? By talking and saying whatever you want, but then as soon as somebody attack you, they wrong? Is that right? Be honest with yourself. Huh? Come on. Y'all supposed to be the adult women in all this. Y'all supposed to be the sound minds. Y'all supposed to be the voice of reason. But y'all can't be the voice of reason or sound mind when all y'all see is people doing Erica wrong. Help me understand that. And these people, because they give y'all a shout out, y'all think that's mean the world to y'all. Y'all really, really think them two individuals really give a F about y'all? Hell no. No, they don't. They really don't. It's just y'all doing their dirty work. Long as y'all going against J. Michael, Moji, Eric, Toya, Mucker, anybody that's against them and y'all riding with them and dogging them, they all for it. But the first time y'all say something that's against them, watch what happened. Watch what happened. They might not do it now because I said this in that video, in this video. So they're gonna we're gonna have to prove J. Michael wrong. But trust and believe, they not for y'all like y'all for them. They not. They'll put that front on like the years, but they not. And deep down in y'all hearts, y'all know they not. You know, what else? You know, it's like, you know, Mucker, Erica, Latoya, Damien. All those four individuals played their part in this whole scenario. Every last one of the four horsemen are wrong. In the bushes, out the bushes, however y'all want to look at it. All of them is wrong. Mucker and Latoya sent stuff to people. Erica and Cryer sent stuff to people. So what make them different? They both doing the same thing, sending information to these T channels because they don't have the balls to do it. So people sit back, Erica, Latoya, Mucker, Cryer, they sit back in the cut and they got all their minions doing all their dirty work. What, is y'all some kind of cult? that we don't know about? Because the way y'all go hard in the paint for Erica and y'all know Erica be wrong, something wrong with y'all. When you do something, you gotta be real about what you do. People looking at me like, oh, you got on live and you were saying all this and that about Mucker and everybody. I just killed two birds with one stone. Because at the end of the day, what that individual said, he was right. Because several people inboxed me and said the same thing. And I know for a fact these people don't know each other, but they know this person. And I was like, wow. You see, everybody's not your friend on this platform. They not. Y'all sit back and y'all think y'all friends with these people, and y'all sit there and y'all try to vent to these people and tell people how you hurting, tell people what's going on cause you hurting, you trying to trust somebody to talk to, so you vent to them, and then that same person expose you, put you out there. They use what you said as a weapon to make fun of you or to try to belittle you. See, I'm strong-minded, I'm strong-willed. So when I tell people stuff, it don't bother me. But the only thing that pissed me off is when such and such got on there talking about you need to talk to that dude in the store. That's nothing to make fun of. Because at the end of the day, however y'all feel about me, if I would have died, that would have hurted my kids. So y'all always saying y'all for the kids and this and that about the kids, but yet y'all was wishing death on their father. But y'all say y'all for the people. How can y'all be for the people when y'all say I'm biased? Y'all the one that's biased. Y'all the ones that's tunnel vision. Y'all the only ones that see red when it come to Erica or Crier. When you can't be real with somebody, how you being real with yourself? Huh? The one lady, I ain't even get her to say her name, but she was in the panel. She was so angry. For what? Who hurt you? That you got this malice, this hatred towards stuff, and you just can't sit there and say, I got Erica back. I'm tired of people dogging Erica. I'm tired of people attacking Erica. Okay, that might be true, but the way you go in the paint, something happened to you in your life to where you angry. So you looking at yourself like you Erica, and it's triggering something. It's triggering something. And then the person who page I was on, again, I don't understand where we went wrong, but it's like you having good content and you trying to do stuff, but it's like you trying to fit in somewhere. You got to have confidence in yourself. You got to feel good about yourself. You can't get on these platforms talking about, if something don't go your way, I want to commit suicide, or I want to be in this type of relationship where I want to be the woman and he have a side piece, or I be the side piece and he be the woman. Who belittle themselves like that? You supposed to have morals, respect, confidence about who you are as a young lady. Don't never sit on this platform and say, oh, I want to commit suicide. I feel like killing myself just to get attention. No. Don't do that. You gotta love yourself. And you can't take everything to heart if something don't go your way. Just because I didn't get back to you on a message as like I supposed to, or you wanted me to, that don't mean I was against you or I was trying to hate on you. You got mad or somebody got in your ear, so you joined that team. I ain't on nobody team but my circle. And I said their names earlier in this video. And my fans. For you to get mad and this in your life, and you couldn't even give a valid reason why you got angry at J. Michael? You don't think that's crazy? You don't think that's wrong? You don't think that don't seem strange to you? You don't think, oh no, you don't. You think you was valid. Because everything y'all do over there is right. And if it ain't your way, it's no way. How y'all supposed to give good advice when y'all can't even see past what y'all believe in? Even the stuff I do ain't always right. I make mistakes. I do stuff wrong. I lose my cool sometimes. But I recognize that. I can speak on that. I don't sit there like, oh yeah, forget you, it's this way. I don't do all that. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When I'm right, I'm right. If I did something stupid, I did something stupid, and I fix it. You know? But y'all gotta be real. Y'all know something is wrong with Erica. That girl, we was all talking, yeah, it was getting heated, this and this and that, but y'all was at the point to where y'all was like, you and Erica need to stop this, and y'all need to fix this and this and this and that. And then she come in with this old crazy stuff, calling people bitches and all this and that, ugly and gorillas, all that, and y'all didn't see nothing wrong with that. Y'all could have said, Erica, what are you doing? We trying to get this stuff settled. Enough is enough. But y'all so wrapped up in Erica BS that y'all couldn't even be woman enough to say, Erica, you wrong, because y'all scared that she's gonna cut y'all off like she's the goddess. And she ain't nothing but a YouTuber just like y'all, trying to make a way. Trying to make a way. But y'all letting another YouTuber finagle y'all to keep her name in y'all mouth, to boost her channel up, to make her bigger, while y'all still on a small platform. That girl ain't dumb. But y'all falling right in her trap. Long as she got her minions doing all the dirty work, keeping her name out there, keeping her name relevant, y'all boosting her up while y'all shrinking. Y'all boosting her money up while y'all getting pennies. And all she doing is sitting at home and let her minions do her work. Y'all don't see that because all y'all see is red when it comes to Erica. Erica do no wrong in y'all book. Crier do no wrong in y'all book. And y'all don't know now one of them. I might not know Erica, but I know what Crier told me. I know Crier, but I know what Erica told me about him. I don't put that stuff. It's a lot of stuff I can say, but I don't. I just do what I do. Because those people talk to me on the phone. And that was between me and them people. I don't get mad and then like tell everything like they do. You get what I'm saying? Then y'all sit there and say, well, that was disrespectful by saying you want that man son to call you daddy. But he said the same thing to Mucker. Despite his Mucker being a daddy, or his Mucker being anything, despite whatever Mucker doing, he still was wrong for saying that, right? Just like y'all saying I was wrong. What make Crier word golden and mine's platinum? Huh? Mine's ain't even platinum. Let me rephrase that. What make mine's bronze? And make his gold? I told y'all what I was doing. I was being petty. I ain't got no reason to lie. He wasn't being petty. They being vindictive. They being evil. Because again, the same way you didn't like how Mucker was with baby Dion, you know that man don't like it. All you looking at is, it's his turn now. Payback is a bitch. That's how you looking at it. And you a grown ass man, man. And you playing games with a girl that you old enough to be her daddy. You letting this girl manipulate you. And you supposed to be the one that's in control. But this girl is in control of everything. With Mucker and you. She controlled the whole narrative. How is that? But you call yourself a player. What, a now later skittle, now later without no rapper player? Because you damn sure ain't no player, but then you want to throw shots. But he wasn't talking about you. He wasn't talking. Them your fans. My fans seen right through that. My fans already said he talking about both of y'all. Anybody can see that. When he said exes, he wasn't talking about Mama Selena. Exes with an S mean excess. Come on. What I did last night, I proved my point. I proved it. In all scenarios. Called out Mucker. Seen how y'all ride for Erica that y'all don't see nothing but Erica way. I called what I did what I wanted to see. And that came from several people that's in y'all circle. Y'all circle. So that individual that told me that wasn't lying. So how you think that make me feel? But I just had to see for myself. You know, because people was like, oh, he finna get on here and justify what he... No, I'm not apologizing to nothing I said. But as for me and Cry, we have no rap. None. For you to sit there knowing this girl is messy, but then as soon as somebody say something, but you sit there seeing that woman call me a bitch. And before I got on here even saying stuff about her, way before I even started saying something about her, she was the one saying stuff about me, and you never put that girl in her place. And then when I come on here and go hard on her, now it's a problem. But then this girl get on here after I was on this live and didn't disrespect her now time, and she called me a bitch. And she could have just stayed in the bush, and then she disrespect your other baby mama, and you stay in the bushes. Bruh, we have no rap at all. Because something is wrong with you, man. You need to get some balls. You need to get some nuts. So you ain't got to talk to me, and I damn sure won't talk to you. And I don't care what people say out there, well, such, I don't give a damn. Until that man gets some balls and know how to control his narrative, we have no rap. None. Like you give a damn anyway. So you stay your way, I'ma stay mine. Because at the end of the day, you are the man that's supposed to wear the pants. You don't know how to handle your own, bruh. You need to be real with yourself. You need to understand who Crier is and quit letting a child dictate who you are as a man. I know you got a child by her. I understand that. You got many baby mamas. Just like I do. But come on, bruh. You know I'm right. But you ain't gonna admit that I'm right. Because for some reason, Crier got in his head. I'm on top. I'm making money. You don't have to get on the internet and brag about what you got to validate to these people that you making money, that you got cars, that you got shoes. People probably say, oh, you just said 250,000. I said, let's make a bet and put up 250,000. That's what I said. I don't brag about what I have. For what? I did all that in my young days. You did all that in young days. But for a person to constantly brag and try to get validation of what they have, they not used to nothing. You can sit there and say, I had good jobs at steel mills and all this and that. But at the same time, you used to be a street person in the streets smoking crack. And you overcame that. But then you sit there in your video and say, oh, I'm about that life. I done been shot. I done been did this and that. You ain't did nothing in your life but rob shit and sold a little bit of dope. I know you. You ain't about that thirst. You not a blood drinker. You a Kool-Aid drinker. You get what I'm saying? It's the difference than drinking Kool-Aid and drinking blood. I'm a blood drinker. You get what I'm saying? I was about that life. But I have to come out of retirement because somebody fucking with my family. Oh, I know how to get down for my crown. But I'm not finna get on here and, oh yeah, I'm about that life. I'm gonna tell my story for kids that's out there that's going through stuff that need to know the story about the streets. And the streets ain't good. I'm gonna say that. But I'm not going to be on, yeah, man, y'all think I got shot because I look good and all this and that. Come on, bro. I'd have been shot. I'd have been stabbed. All that. What? Ooh, that ain't nothing to brag about. Because I know you're not about that life. You see? But until you get some balls and know how to assess your situation on that end, it is what it is over here, man. It is what it is. Because if you don't control your narrative, your ship gonna sink. Just like I told you about LaToya, I'm telling you the same thing now. Sometimes a person can't see it clearly when they in the circle. But the person outside the circle can see what you don't see. But to y'all and to you, I'm hating because I don't like you. Or I can't stand you for some reason. I want to be you. None of the above, bro. At the end of the day, you have a child that loves his daddy, that don't want nothing to happen to his daddy. But his daddy is blind right now. His daddy is walking blind in love. His daddy think he running game on something, but the game is being ran on him. I'm just telling you the real, player. I'm telling you the real. You need to wake up before it's too late. And that's facts, man. I'm not wishing nothing bad on you because I don't want to see you hurt. But you need to wake up and get off that high horse and come back to reality. And honor the blessing that God put you in. That's what you need to do. That BS I did all on that live, I had a hidden meaning behind that. People can believe it. I don't give it. They ain't got to believe it. But I know what I did and not what I wanted to do while I jumped into that Shark Tank. And my theory was right. They minions. Not all of them. Some of them is diehard fans. But those three names, Lovely Lynette, Jeb Z Real, and Hear Her TV. I know they diehard Erica fans, but they was real. And I have to give them respect when respect is due. And they earned my respect. You know, even Lamont, even Lamont, even though he was everywhere and this and that, but he still tried to keep it on the level. So, for all y'all that stay fans, I wish y'all the best. For all y'all that stay diehard fans and all y'all see is red, I hope y'all one day see the truth and start balancing out the situation, study seeing one way and being tunnel vision. I hope one day y'all fans that stay fans be honest with them so they can see what they really doing on both angles, because they ain't gonna never learn long as they got people like y'all out there that's riding their coattail like they always right and always justifying they wrong. They ain't gonna never understand who they are as a human being, as a father, as a mother, as a speaker that they know they can be. They not gonna learn. J. Michael out.